Hello and welcome back to Up Past Bedtime. I'm Bella Messina and I'm going to be staying up late with you tonight. We are back for 2025. We're in a new location. I did mention at the end of last year that the studio would be moving, and we have moved into the front room of my house. I'm really hoping that the sound quality is going to be okay doing it this way. It's a work in progress. I'm hoping it won't be too echoey. This room is filled with a lot of stuff and I'm hoping that will pick up the sound quality, but you guys are really getting the bestie experience, okay? Because we're going to be chatting it out inside my house. I cannot believe that it is 2025. I am so excited for this year, guys. I just have the best feeling about 2025 for me. I feel like it is going to be a really beautiful, fruitful, lucky, good year. And today's episode, the first episode of the year for Up Past Bedtime, is going to be around what I want from 2025 and how the learnings that I had in 2024 have impacted what I want moving forward. I have spent, the last couple of weeks doing some intense reflection and goal setting and manifesting and all the good things that come with the new year. And I thought it'd be really fun for us to kind of go through that together, for me to talk about the things that I have done to prepare for the new year, what I'm looking for in the new year. And then I'm also going to do a few little things that and share some info around some things that we could maybe do together for the new year, which I thought would be so exciting. In terms of life updates, there isn't too much for me to share. I had Christmas, it went really great. We did, our first 50-50 Christmas with the girls and, it was uneventful in the fact that there was no drama. It was a really smooth process. We spent the morning together, all four of us, and that was really nice. There were no issues around that. The girls had the best time ever. We did baby dolls from me for them for Christmas and all the accessories there, prams and food and outfits and all of that. And then Adrian did a trampoline at his house, which Rosie absolutely loved. Benny's still a bit unsure about it. And then from Santa, we did Lego, Duplo. And I feel like all the presents this year were a big success. And then I went down to the beach for a little bit. I spent my first Christmas with my family. This is for the first time in almost a decade. We kind of always did Christmas with my ex-husband's family, mostly because they are a lot closer than my family. They always do the same consistent thing each year. So we kind of always just fell into, celebrating Christmas with them. So it was kind of nice to be back with my family and kind of experience that, spend time with my cousins. I have cousins that are very close to me in age. That was really fun to do. And then from there, I've just been really really I took a break from social media. Of course, that caused some waves. Anytime that I say that I'm taking any type of break, the rats come out, the rats and the trolls come out and they me. But 2025 is a year where I do not give two flying fuckaroos about angry, sad, miserable people on the internet. So I enjoyed my break. I kind of only posted when I wanted to post, which was definitely not every day. And I just really recharged. I spent time with the girls. I read books. I slept. I watched TV. I literally did nothing and it was absolutely fantastic, darling. And I was really happy with that. And I will definitely be doing a 2-week break at Christmas time every year now because I feel so refreshed coming back into 2025. I feel like I've been recharged. I'm feeling really great. Well, actually, I'm feeling like I'm getting a bit run down right now. The girls have had a cold, which I guess they just picked up over the holiday season, and I feel like they have passed it on to me because I'm feeling a bit stuffy in my nose and I'm feeling like I've got a little bit of a temp. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't progress into anything too nasty because I swear to God, if I get sick and I can't record and I can't do my work, I am going to be peeved off, okay? I'm going to be really bloody cranky. Other than that though, life has been good and normal over here. I don't really have too much more to report. So I reckon we can just get into today's episode. Welcome to Up Past Bedtime with me, Bella Messina, your go-to girl for those late night unfiltered conversations.
You know, the ones you have with your closest girlfriends. No topic is off limits here. I'll either be hosting chats with some incredible women or sharing my own real stories as a 20-something mother of two. UPB is for us to feel seen, heard, and understood. So let's stay up late and talk about all the things that matter. After all, the best conversations happen when you're up past bedtime.
So this episode is all about what I want for my 2025, me, Bella Messina. And I'm hoping that by me sharing the things that I've done and the things that I'm manifesting and the things that I'm hoping to achieve, it'll kind of trigger in you a reflection on what you want and what you want to try and cultivate for your year. So the name of the episode is 2025 is my year. And that is because that is what I'm truly feeling for 2025. And I know that is a big statement and is kind of setting myself up maybe to fail, but I don't think so. I feel like I'm going to have a really fruitful and happy year. So every year I always choose one theme word for my year. And this year, the word that I have chosen is bloom. So I have kind of named my 2025 the Bloom Project, okay? I'm going to be releasing a series on TikTok that is going to be talking about this more. And I think for this entire year on UPB, I'm going to be taking you guys along on my Bloom Project, and I'm going to be talking about topics and interviewing guests that kind of contribute to what I'm doing. So I guess, what is the Bloom Project, or why did I choose the word bloom? Now, the reason I choose a single word rather than having like specific goals or things that, I want is I feel like a word is really good because it helps you focus when making decisions and choosing actions throughout your year. So I think it's a lot more simplified, and it means you don't have to be as specific or as precise with your goal setting. You can kind of just go with a vibe for the year, and it kind of still allows for some spontaneity and for opportunities that you maybe wouldn't have thought of to pop up, and you can still have them align with what you want for your year. So yes, like I said, bloom is my word for this year, and I really, really sat down and thought about this word for a long time. Originally, I was going to do like the word slow for my year, and then I was going to do the word pleasure for my year. And I just felt like, I couldn't get a word that I thought really encompassed what I'm looking for in 2025. And then I sort of was like, what do I want to come out of 2025? Like, what do I want to look like and feel like? And I was like, I really want to come out as this like beautiful, sparkly, fresh version of myself. And then I kind of envisioned it like I want to be like a little flower that opens up and blooms. Okay, I feel like 2024 was a year where I kind of got rid of any rot that was, in my stem or in my roots. I did a lot of preening and pruning. I, got rid of anything that was eating away at me, any bugs, anything that, was preventing me to grow and flourish kind of got stripped away in 2024, okay? And then I was like, okay, well, I've done the therapy, I've done all this really hard work, I've done all this self-reflection, I've done all this, stripping back. Now this year, I want to see the results of all that hard work. And I kind of am envisioning it as, if I had just me was a property that someone just bought, you spend the first little while on your landscaping just weeding and ripping everything out and stripping everything back and getting everything to its base level. And then, you plant the seeds and you start watching things, start to grow. And then I'm in the spring right now, okay? 2025 is my spring and all the flowers are coming out. I'm in bloom. Well, I'm hoping to be in bloom. So that's kind of the meaning behind my word. And then I feel like that allows me to encompass some of those other things that I was, tossing up: fun, playfulness, pleasure, growth, slowness, like all of those things can kind of be encompassed in that one word. So yes, that is how I got to bloom as my word of the year. I got word of the year. I read an article when I was like maybe oh gosh, maybe like 18 or 19, I read an article about this journalist who always chose a word for the year, and I've done it ever since then. But I feel like this year is I'm most excited for the word I've chosen, and I've done the most considered thought into it. And it is something that I tell all my friends. I'm like, yeah, specific goals are really fun, but I was like, choose a word. And when you have a word, it really hones you in and focuses you on what you want to get out of what's to come. Now, I am also a very visual person, and I thought a really fun part of this episode could be going through my vision board. I'm going to post the entire vision board over on the UPB Instagram page. If you don't follow us, go follow us over there. And I will also insert it into the YouTube video if you are watching us right now. Hello, if you're watching. I think it's really fun to visualize when it comes to goal setting and planning and manifesting. I feel like because of my ADHD, I can't be like super specific in the sense of like, I want to, do this exact thing or buy this exact thing or whatever. I can do that with like one or two things, but I find it really hard to like be super specific on goals. But I find when I set myself, sort of rough visualizations, it's a lot easier for me to run towards what I'm trying to get. So I chose my color for this year to be pink. I think I chose that because of the, getting your pink back, which is a thing that a lot of mums sort of refer to when it's coming to finding yourself again after kids. That kind of comes back to flamingos. So when flamingos first have their babies, they lose their pink color. And then, after postpartum, whatever, they start to get their pink color back. And then it's sort of been a coined term now about women finding themselves again after kids. So I was like, that is the perfect color for me to choose as my color for 2025. So I did my little vision board. I've got my word of the year on my vision board, bloom. And then I've got some little quotes that I thought were really reflective of things that I'm looking for this year. So I have, you are enough as you are. So I'm really going to be going into a season of self-acceptance and just understanding that it is okay to be who I am. I've also got another quote that says, I like who I am becoming. And then my last quote that I've got on my vision board is, I don't chase, I attract. Whatever belongs to me will simply find me. Now, this is a really important one for me because obviously in 2024, I went through postpartum depression. I left my husband. I had a lot of stuff that made me feel like my life had fallen apart and I had gone backwards and I was letting go of all these things I'd worked really hard for. And a big thing that I'm trying to really accept and take in is that I can't miss something that is meant for me. So me moving on from my marriage doesn't mean that I lost my marriage and I'm never going to find anyone else. It just kind of is like, well, if it was let go out of my life, it obviously wasn't for me. It had served its purpose. It had done its season, and now it is time for something bigger and better. I'm trying to accept that I can't lose anything in life and that I can't miss anything in life, and that things that are coming for me are coming for me no matter what. So that is a big thing that I'm trying to keep in my mind. What is meant for me will find me. What is not meant for me will let me go. And I'm really hoping that that is the case, okay? I think it's really important before we start jumping into the pictures of the vision board to kind of discuss that I have chosen 3 categories for my year this year that I am going to be focusing on and really putting a lot of energy into. Those categories are finances. A big goal of mine is to become financially literate, financially independent, and financially confident, okay? So a big part of my 2025 is going to be looking around budgeting, around getting on top of my money, around feeling like I can be an independent single mom on a single income and not be stressed out of my brain every day. My other category that I'm going to be looking at is my emotional health. I feel like that is something I'm kind of bringing over from 2024. I did a lot of emotional work in 2024. I did a lot of therapy. I had a life coach where I was doing a lot of inner child healing. I really restructured the way that my brain thought about emotions and how I was in touch with my emotions. I will be doing my ASD diagnosis this year, and emotions is a really challenging thing for me to kind of be in touch with as a result of being autistic. So that's going to be another whole aspect of it, like emotions and my emotional health and feeling like I'm in touch with my emotions. I am regulated. I'm healthily showing emotions. I'm experiencing positive emotions. I am not suppressing negative emotions. That is another aspect of my life I really want to be focusing on this year. And then the last category that I'm going to be focusing on is my fitness and wellness. So if you have been listening for a little while, you would know that at the end of last year, I got back into the gym. I have lost a significant amount of weight. I have been really focusing on my wellness. I've been going to a naturopath. I've been trying to eat as healthy as I can. Like that has been a focus from the very end of 2024, pretty much since maybe 1 or 2 months after leaving my husband. I kind of brought that to the front of my focus, and I'm going to be again taking that in to 2025. I signed up for a gym. I've been going to that gym, which is, a good sign. I've signed up for lots of gyms before and then just like never really went or never committed to them. So I'm going to try and stick to my gym for the 2025. I've been trying to eat healthy. I've been trying to remember to, take my medication each day, all that good stuff. With those 3 categories, like I said, I am going to be doing a series on TikTok as well, and we will talk about it a lot on the podcast this year. But I'm going to go into each of those and kind of show you things that I am doing to achieve, growth and success in those categories. I have, some courses that I'm going to be taking on the finance side. I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I'm doing in the wellness space. I have big plans. So this episode might feel a bit top level, and that's kind of how it's meant to feel. I just want to give you guys like a brief overview of what I'm kind of hoping for the year. And then the idea is that for the year, we will go on the journey of seeing if I can achieve it together. And I think it would be really fun if maybe after listening to this episode, you kind of sit down and you write down what things you want to see and achieve, and you can kind of keep yourself accountable on what you said while I am sharing my journey and keeping myself accountable with you guys. I think that would be a really fun thing to kind of do and go on together. So yeah, if you feel like I'm not going into like super deep detail, don't worry. You're probably going to be sick of hearing about what I'm doing in my life to reach my goals. But today we're doing top level. We're just giving you a brief little overview of what I'm hoping for. So with those categories in mind and my word in mind, let's go through the pictures that I included on my vision board. I just made this vision board on Canva, by the way. I literally just searched in like vision board or like manifestation board. I can't remember exactly what I wrote, but something like that. And then I just used one of the templates that was there and just subbed in my own pictures that I found myself on Pinterest. Okay. It doesn't have to be complicated. There is also a TikTok video where someone used AI to make a vision board. It was sent to me. I also had the TikTok like recommended to me on my For You page. And that's really cool. If you're feeling a bit lazy, you don't want to search through Pinterest yourself, you can go and find that. Literally, if you search in the search bar, like AI vision board 2025, the video should come up because it got like millions and millions of views. Okay. So let's start on the left side of my vision board. The first picture I've included is like a little pink picture of some exercise shoes. There's some pink headphones and a pink water bottle. So this is the picture that I've put on my vision board that is kind of encompassing my gym journey in my gym section of the year. I kind of want to stay stuck on going to the gym. I want to be committed to it. I don't want weight loss. I feel like I've had a lot of weight loss and that's just not something that I am looking for. I really want to get some strength back in me. I want to get some fitness back in me. Okay. I want to build some booty back. Okay. Having 2 kids, my ass got eaten. All right. I have no ass left. I would really like to get a dump truck going on this gal, okay? Because she's a bit straight up and down when you view me from the back, and I don't want that anymore, from the side, I should say. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I want to be fit. I want to feel healthy. I don't want to feel so tired all the time. I just want to feel like I'm strong, okay? Being strong is a big part of 2025. I don't want to feel like I'm weak and helpless anymore. And that includes physically. So I have started going back to the gym, and that is one thing I'm really hoping I can stick to this year. Directly under that picture, I've got a picture of like a bag and a blanket and a hat on the beach. And while I do want to like go to the beach more, this picture is more representing like slowness and relaxation for me. When I'm thinking about like recharging, I'm always like, the thing I visualize in my brain is like laying on the beach in the sun, like, and getting that like vitamin D, the salt water, like that feeling of like going on holiday and being like rejuvenized. And this picture, more than showing like, oh, I'm going to go to the beach more, is more about like, I want to be intentional with slowing down, with recharging my batteries, with feeling like I get breaks, feeling like I get holidays, feeling like I have a bit more balance and I am outside and connected with nature, etc. So that's what that picture down in the bottom corner represents. Then up the top again on the left-hand side, there is a picture of a denim Fendi bag. This specific bag, I want to buy it. Okay, I want to buy it by the end of the year. Do I know how I'm going to find like $4,500 to spend on a designer bag as a single mum? Absolutely fucking not. This is probably the biggest like specific goal I have put in place, but I feel like I spent the last 10 years of my life very financially dependent on someone else, not being a breadwinner whatsoever. And if I ever wanted anything fancy or nice, someone else would have to buy it for me, okay? And that used to really eat at me, that I didn't have my own money where I could go and buy something really special like a designer bag. Or that was just like, there was never any way I could ever go and do that. And so I'm like, you know what? This year I'm doing that. I'm doing that with my money that I make somehow. Okay. The how, I haven't really gotten as defined on that, but the end result, I'm getting this bag, mark my words. Do designer bags matter? Absolutely not. Like, you can get the same thing from freaking Country Road and it's just as good. But it's the sentiment. It's the symbolism of this specific bag. I want this denim Fendi bag. I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it, okay? I'm going to find the money. I'm going to make the money, and it's not going to be a strain for me. And that's what I keep telling myself. I'm not going to have to strain to get this bag. I'm going to easily get it by the end of 2025. Mark my words. Maybe it'll be a Christmas present to myself in 2025. Maybe I'll get there sooner than Christmas. That would be really cool if I could do that. All right, the next photo down under that, there is a beautiful photo of a dark-haired woman kissing what kind of looks like a very attractive man. You can't really see his face. And they kind of look like they're in like a little cabin or on holidays or something. There's a bottle of wine on the table. They look like they've just cooked dinner behind them and they're having a big old smooch, okay? She's sitting on his lap and she's giving him a big old smooch. And this is representing that I would like to find someone this year. And I know a lot of people are about to roll their eyes and be like, you just left your marriage. Beep, 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 beep. It doesn't matter. It's not about you, okay? It's about me. I'm not saying I'm going to find someone tomorrow and marry them tomorrow, but by the end of this year, I will have hoped that I have made a connection with someone and that I am on a new journey when it comes to love and my sensuality and lust. And I just really want companionship. I feel like, you know, I mourned a lot of my marriage while I was still in it. That is not a secret. We did podcasts about, you know, marital difficulties we were having. I had postpartum depression. I felt really isolated. I felt really lonely. I feel like I've been alone in like a romantic sense for quite a long time now. And I feel like last year I did so much self-work, and I am honestly, the person I was 2 years ago, she's gone. The person I was 5 years ago, she's well gone. I feel like I am a new person and I'm ready to find someone to match me and this new energy that I have. I would like to make a connection with someone. I would like to date. I would like to, maybe have a little crush and meet someone and see where that would go. I think in terms of like my children and all of that, like I don't want someone to be a dad. That's not what I'm looking for at all. Like, my girls have an amazing dad, and if I met someone I don't even know if I'd introduce them to my kids in 2025. Probably not. Depends on how quickly I met them. I mean, like, if I met them like in the first couple of months, maybe towards the end of 2025 I would introduce them, but I just want to meet someone for me and date someone for me. And so I am manifesting that I am going to find a beautiful person. I think the thing that is really important is I'm not looking for anyone. I'm looking for my someone, okay? And I want to be really specific on that. I am not just looking for anyone that will have me. I want to find someone who is a great match for me, and I don't want to settle just because I put a picture on a vision board. Like if I don't find the right person for me, then it is what it is. But I want to put that energy out there and energetically open myself up that like, hey, I am looking and I would really like to cross paths with someone who is meant for me. So got that on there as well. But regardless, even if I don't find someone, I would like to date and kind of try and explore that when I feel like the time is right. So now in the center of the board, this picture is the most important picture to me. So I did a big visualization and really thought about what I wanted out of 2025. And when I thought about me at my most beautiful, happiest, content, calm self, the thing that I kept picturing was me on like a back patio or a back deck in a backyard, sitting with a coffee table and having a glass of wine on a Sunday afternoon, and there was music playing and I felt really relaxed and it was sunny, and that is my vibe for 2025, okay? And so I searched high and low on Pinterest for a picture that really reflected what I was visualizing in my head when I thought about me as my happiest, healthiest, best self in 2025. And this image is it. It is of a woman's legs. She's wearing like a stripy skirt. She's got her feet kicked up on a coffee table. There's candles. There's a bottle of red wine. She's in a garden. There's flowers. That is my vibe for 2025. And I have told myself that this year, every Sunday afternoon, I want to get a bottle of wine and I want to get a cheese platter and I want to sit down in the afternoon, maybe around like 3:30, and just enjoy being outside. I want to turn my phone off. I'm thinking of turning it into an open invite to anyone I know personally, like just letting everyone know, hey, every Sunday from 3 p.m. onwards, I'm going to be at home. I'm going to be having wine. I'm going to be having cheese. Anyone is welcome to come over if you're free, you have nothing to do for your Sunday and you want to get involved, you can come and join me. And I want that to kind of be my time to decompress, not work, not be on my phone, not be doing anything except just like being and feeling content and happy. So that is why it is the biggest picture. That is why it is sitting right in the middle of the board. That is the vibe for 2025. Under that, I've got a picture of light coming in through some sheer curtains. And that is more like sort of touching on my space and like what I'm really hoping for my home. Like I don't want sheer curtains that have light that come through it, even though like I've got that in my front room. It's more like I want that like open, breezy, golden sort of feeling in my home and my space. So that is what I'm going to be doing when I am thinking of things I want to buy from my home. Like the energy that is coming through that photo, that is what I want to replicate rather than that exact photo. Next to that, of course, I've got a picture of my girly whirlies. Being a mum is always going to be on my vision board. Being the best mum that I can be is always going to be on my vision board. And in that photo, both the girls are so happy. They're laying on a beanbag. They just look like they're really happy and content. And so, of course, I'm bringing those vibes into my 2025. Then on the right-hand side, top, I got a big old wad of cash. This is your gal's year for financial success, okay? I've always been financially dependent on someone else. I was financially dependent on my parents, and then I met Adrian and I was financially dependent on him. And this year I am manifesting financial abundance and financial independence. I want to make money and money that is mine, and I don't want to feel stressed or strained or like I don't have money, okay? I'm getting rid of my scarcity mindset. That is getting left in 2024. And this year I am just telling myself that money is coming to me. Don't ask me how, guys, okay? Again, I don't have the how so far. I just know that like that's what I'm going to be aiming towards. I am going to be in my hustle era. I'm going to be trying my best to bring funds in. So wish me luck on that front. I feel like everyone's got to have something to do with money on their vision board, because I feel like in this economic circumstance, in this cost of living crisis, we're all wanting more money, okay? It's okay. I feel like one thing I learned a long time ago is it's not dirty to talk about money, and it's not dirty to say you want more of it. money is a huge life source for us. It is how the world goes round. So I think especially as women, it's actually really important to be vocal about like, hey, I want more money. I want to make more money, because I feel like as women, we are shamed and told to keep small and not say that because it's dirty or greedy if we say we want money. But I feel like being open and honest about that and discussing money with other females is how we get ahead in life, okay? That's how the men make the money. They talk about money and they're not ashamed to talk about money. So I'm going to put it out there in the podcast. I want money. Under that, I've got a picture of me on the potty. In terms of social media, the potty is going to be my biggest focus of this year. I would really love to build this community, to grow it out, to really make something of Up Past Bedtime. I really love this space. I love coming and talking to you guys in long form. I love the jokes we have on here. I just love yapping away, okay? And I would love to make this into a more significant thing in my life. So that is a massive, massive focus. That is why it's in the center. Up in the corner, I have a picture of bougainvillea going up a wall. When I was doing a like manifesting session with my life coach, and I was kind of like doing some visualization, something that popped into my head over and over was like a house with bougainvillea. Okay. I just felt like that was a sign for me for this year, bougainvillea, the pink flower. If I'm seeing bougainvillea somewhere, if I am going places where there's bougainvillea, I feel like it means for me, like I'm on track. Okay. I just got this feeling where I was like, for some reason, I'm really drawn to bougainvillea. So I just popped it on my thing. I feel like as well, bloom, like that's a great visualization to pop into my head. The bougainvillea, it's a pink flower. Pink is my color of the year. Bloom is my word of the year. So I just thought, let's pop the bougainvillea on my vision board and see where that kind of takes me. That one's a bit more of a question mark for me, where I'm like, I'm not sure why I'm putting this on my vision board, but I know it needs to be there. So it's going there. Under that, I've got a picture of some books. I really want to get even more into my reading this year and book club and all of that fun stuff. Oh, my foot is going numb. I want to get into, reading and book club and all of that this year. So I popped her on my vision board. I've then just got a box that says 300K, okay? I would love to hit 300K on TikTok. I don't know if that is so ambitious, because that is more than double the amount of followers I have right now. I might look back at this on the end of the year and be like, girl, you're dreaming with that 300K there, but I'm putting it there. I'm putting a big goal there. I'm going to see if I can reach it. That would be really cool if I could. Don't ask me again how I'm going to do that, but I put it on there. I'm going to try and manifest it. It'd be really cool if I grew my community. I really love what I do. I love being on social media, and I would love to have more beautiful women in my community. So I'm going to aim big. I just want to let you guys know that going through this, like image by image, and giving you guys details on like why each thing is on my vision board feels very vulnerable to me, okay? I feel like it's scary telling people your goals and wants, but I guess you guys are my girlies, okay? So this is a no judgment zone. If I get one single hate comment about someone dissecting my freaking vision board, just know bad juju is coming your way, because that's bad energy, okay? I'm being very vulnerable and open here. Now, the last image I have on my vision board is a picture of a bath setup, and there's wine and candles, and that is because I would really like to take more baths this year. I want to kind of try and at night disconnect and not be on my phone, not be working late. And I just felt like the best way that I could kind of do that is being in water and, having a glass of wine, or even just a little crispy Coke at night during the week, reading my book, being in the bath, having some candles, having some meditation time, playing some music. I would like to be more in water this year, specifically more bath time. So that is my vision board for 2025. Like I said, I'm going to post it over on the Up Past Bedtime Instagram, or if you are watching on YouTube, you would have just seen it on the screen as I was going through each element. But I'm really proud of that. I have actually set that as my phone background. I've set it as the background on my laptop. I've set it as the background on my iPad. I've got it printed out and in my kitchen. Pretty much places where I am all the time, that vision board is also there. I want to be exposed to it as many times as possible throughout this year to kind of keep me on track and keep me focused. I want to look at it all the time. I want to visualize it all the time. I want to manifest it all the time. So I have put it in multiple places. And I am going to suggest that if you too, after listening to this episode, are going to go off and make yourself a little vision board, that you do the same. Don't just make it and then save it in a folder on your computer, or like make it on a piece of board and then never look at it again. Like try and look at it as many times as possible, because the more you look at it, the more you take the energy from it and start to implement it in your life. Now, if you are someone and you're thinking like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mum at the moment, I'm not going to do a vision board, or I feel overwhelmed, or I feel this, I would really encourage you, do it anyway. There is nothing silly about having a vision board. I think dream big, baby. Even if you're a stay-at-home mum, even if you're someone you feel like you're overwhelmed and too busy to make one, do it anyway. There is no harm that can come from putting your wants and desires and your manifestations down on paper, or, in some type of like physical form. So, and I think the best part is like what I'm really hoping for is at the end of the year, we can do another episode where we can kind of go through our vision boards, and I'll go through my vision board, and we can talk about the things that came true, the things that we manifested, the things that happened for us, and the things that didn't. And I think that would be a really fun episode for us to do together. Now, there is one more thing that I wanted to do coming into 2025, but I've decided to leave it, and I thought we could do it together. And this year, I want to do a 2025 bingo sheet, okay? You guys know I love bingo. I have a bingo social club over on my Instagram subscriptions, and I saw this on TikTok, and it was a girl who did like a 9-square little template, and she wrote something in each square, like things like, I want to save $2,000. I want to go on a solo trip. I want to try a new hobby. I want to attend a live event. These are for things that are specific, like my vision board and my word is more of a vibe. This is like specific goals. I'm going to do 9 of them in a template, and then I'm going to share my bingo board on the UPB Instagram stories, and I'm going to share the template for you guys to do as well. And I thought it'd be really fun if we can do that together, and then we can see at the end of the year if we are going to get a full house. So in bingo, when you cross off every single one, it's called a full house. I'd be happy with just a single line bingo or a 2-line bingo, but if I could get a full house, that would be so cool. So I was actually talking to my business manager, Mel, this morning, and I was like, what if we make this template, we upload it to Instagram, and we make it into an Instagram stories template, so you guys can go and fill out your bingo board as well, and reshare it to your stories and tag us. And then later in the year, we can come back, like in the last episode of 2025, we can come back and see how many of us got a bingo, or how many of the squares on our bingo sheet we crossed off. So if you haven't followed us already, come over to Instagram and we can do the 2025 bingo boards together. I know definitely one thing that I want to put on that is go on a holiday. I really want to go on a holiday this year. I don't know if that's a holiday with the girls. I don't know if that's a holiday without the girls. I haven't got that far ahead, but I would really, really love to go on a holiday. So that is definitely going to be on my bingo board, and also start a new hobby. I'm thinking it's going to be golf. I've signed up for a women's clinic in golf, and I think that would be really cool if I could get into golf and have some time outdoors. I really wanted an outdoor hobby, and I thought, you know what? How hard could it be? Boys do it. How hard could it be? Boys do it, and boys love it. And I'm like, why do you guys love golf so much? So I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to see if it's for me. And if it's not, I will find some type of hobby for myself, whether it kills me, okay? They are 2 things I'm definitely going to put on my bingo board, but I need to sit down and kind of think and reflect more about what else I would like to add in there, because, like I said, it's going to have 9 squares. So I need 9 specific things that I kind of want to achieve this year. I think a savings goal will definitely be another one in there. I just need to decide how much I want for my savings goals, because to be honest, savings is something I've never had. So it'd be cool to end the year with some savings, and not savings for a specific thing, like emergency fund savings, because I've never had an emergency fund. I'm getting unwell, guys. As I'm recording this episode, I'm getting hotter and hotter and feeling sicker and sicker. And I'm like, please, no, please, I don't want to be getting sick. Why am I always getting sick? That is another thing I need to work on. I'm always getting sick because I'm always burnt out. This year, I really need to rest. I've put some strong boundaries in around rest and around work, because 2024, I was just so freaking burnt out, and I'm not doing that again this year. I'm really hoping that by sharing all these thoughts and sharing all the goals that I've set for this year and all the things I'm trying to achieve, it really encourages you all and lets you all see that it is okay to say what you want and go for what you want and be specific about what you want, and be ambitious about what you want, and that we as women don't have to stay quiet and stay small about our dreams and our goals. Especially we as mothers don't have to do that either. I feel like as a mum, we're kind of put in a box and told that the only thing we're allowed to want is things for our children and that we are on the back burner. And this year I'm really saying fuck you to that. I matter. I'm important. I have goals and dreams too, and I'm going to reach them. I'm going to get them. And I am, saying them out loud now at the start of the year, almost as a form of accountability to you all, and saying like, hey, this is what I'm aiming for. Watch me do it. I am that type of person. I'm super determined. I'm super stubborn. I'm the type of person that when I say I want something, I will literally bend over backwards to make it happen. And I'm really hoping that is the case for everything that I have said about 2025. I even feel like my energy recording this right now is so like happy and positive. I feel so excited about this year, and I just feel so amped for everything that is to come. And I'm hoping that is a really, really good omen. I'm also going to be posting over on the UPB IG my ins and outs for 2025. I already shared those over on my personal Instagram, but I thought it'd be really fun to share a few of those over there on that Instagram account for you guys to have a read. Now, that is the general overview of my 2025, all the things I'm manifesting, all the things I'm hoping for. And I'm really excited to announce that next week I'm actually getting a psychic medium on the podcast, and she is going to read me. She's going to connect to spirit, and she is going to tell me what she thinks 2025 has in store for me. So who knows, maybe after that episode, my energy will go down if she's like, oh sis, it's not well for you this year. I'm really hoping she doesn't say that. So that is going to be a super, super fun episode next week. I'm really nervous for it, but really excited for it. I think you guys are going to love that. But I would really love if you guys go off after this week's episode and me sharing my sort of like vision boarding and manifesting for 2025. If you go and do that, I would love for you to share it with me. I would love for you to tag me. I would love for you to tag Up Past Bedtime. I really want to try and get a community of us together, all sort of reaching for big goals this year in 2025 and all being really specific about what we want and where we're going. I always am and have always been the type of person that really finds accountability in numbers and knowing that I'm not alone and knowing that others are doing the same things that I'm doing. And I'm really hoping that the podcast this year, we can kind of do that together and be that community for each other. So if you're listening to this episode, I am so excited to go on like this really special journey with you all. And I really want UPB and Up Past Bedtime to be a place where we can go on that journey together and have each other in companionship on that journey of self-discovery. So that is what I'm manifesting for the podcast as well. And I would love to have as many of you as possible on that. I feel like I've yapped on a lot about, what I'm hoping for in 2025, what I'm working towards in 2025. And I don't want this episode to go on and on forever. I wanted it to be a kind of quick check-in for 2025. I've really left 2024 behind me. I don't want to talk about all those topics again. I don't want to go into what happened to me in 2024. We've been there. We've done that. New energy is being claimed. We are walking into a new year, and I am so excited to do that. And on that note, I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you. I'll see you next week. Sweet dreams.